welcome to an all-new season of ExtraMile by KnowledgeNile, an interview series featuring tech leaders and trendsetters. I'm your host Ritika, and in today's session, we will discuss about the emergence of robotics and automated systems across industries. And for that purpose, we are accompanied by Bradley Dillon, the visionary CEO of the leading tech firm Luxonis. The organization focuses on developing advanced computer vision and artificial intelligence solutions to streamline robotics, automation, and autonomous vehicles. Our conversation with Bradley will highlight his professional journey, the emergence of AI and computer vision, Luxonis' impact in the industry, and much more. So let's get started right away. Welcome, Bradley. It's a pleasure to have you with us today.
Thanks. It's great to be here.
So you have had an impressive professional journey in tech. So share five most memorable highlights from your career that you can never forget.
Well, for me, it starts at the beginning. As a young kid, I was encouraged to enter into a math competition. And I remember in fourth grade, I did one and I happened to win it. And what it did is it excited me about the potential to spend a lot of time in math and science. And so that set me up to be interested in engineering, which I studied for my undergrad. And the biggest moment for me there was getting to do robotics classes where the robots competed against other ones, but not with a remote controller, with automation. So all you did with the robot is you push power and then it had to go and try to win the competition without you being able to intervene. And that really captured my imagination for the potential of autonomous robots. And then from there, my third most memorable moment was around 23 years old. I found for the first time a job that I loved. From when I started working at age 12, I did not love my jobs. And of course, they were maybe not as good or interesting ones. And so when I was 23, being able to find one that I really enjoyed showing up to, that was a really big moment for me. And then the fourth most memorable one is when I joined Luxonis. I have been so lucky to get to be a part of the team here. And that really brings me to the fifth one, which is today. And being able to work with our customers is so rewarding. And being able to have our technology create the future of computer vision and artificial intelligence, it's such a special time, and I really cherish all of it. So those are my five, starting from the beginning.
Yeah, that's quite impressive. Thank you for sharing. So let's move ahead with our next question. Computer vision and artificial intelligence are two emerging technologies. How have these breakthroughs impacted sectors like robotics and automation?
For decades, robots have been very successful in controlled environments. So if you go to a automotive factory, even 30 years ago, you would have seen of robots helping with a number of tasks. These are tasks where the conditions are always the same. The lighting's the same, the part's always in the same spot, the temperature is the same, and the robot can be programmed to take the part from point A to point B, manipulate the part, and then do it 1,000 times a day. Where robotics have really failed to meet up to their potential is the physical world that us humans operate in each day. And you notice this when you go out in the world, you don't see that many robots. There's not a robot that's delivering packages to my house with a drone. There's not a robot that's delivering my DoorDash meal to my front door. There's not a robot that's cleaning dishes in a restaurant. And the reason those have been held back has been that they haven't been able to adapt very well to an ever-changing physical world that humans can. And this is really where advancements in computer vision and artificial intelligence have changed the industry. So it's now possible that in this ever-changing physical world that robots can actually adapt and thrive in that environment. And that's what makes physical AI so exciting at this time.
Yeah, totally agreed. Artificial intelligence and computer vision have totally advanced robotics like anything. So, next up, for a skeptical developer choosing a combined stack for hardware and software, give three uncompromising reasons to pick Luxonis.
We have very high conviction in this, and it's why we decided to actually build our own hardware and do our own firmware and do our own software. The three reasons I would advocate for, one is just that our software is actually optimized to run on our hardware, not just maybe an API that doesn't work very well. The second is that we are a one-stop shop. So you can complete everything that you're needing to do in your project with us rather than needing to have several different providers and trying to cobble it all together. And then the third is that because we control and manage the entire stack, means we can quickly fix it and we can quickly improve it. So we have a team of 80 engineers and it covers the entire stack. And so if something needs to get fixed today, we can actually do that rather than relying on some third party or some vendor that would make it much more difficult for us to do that.
Yeah, Sonis is surely leading the tech industry while it comes to combining hardware and software. So, moving further, which challenges can disrupt seamless manufacturing even for bigger firms? And what tactics would you suggest for tackling them?
When there's been major supply chain disruptions over previous decades, but in particular over the last 6 years, it's affected everybody, whether it's big or small companies. And so if you look in the last few years, anything really can disrupt it, whether it's COVID-19, it's wars, it's changes in tariff policy. They affect all of us. What I would say our approach is to focus on only what we can control and not worried about some of these outside factors that are outside of our control. So Luxonis doesn't have a lobbyist. We don't have a political analyst. We don't have anything like that. And we don't really spend any time worrying about it, but we do focus on something that we call our two supplier vision. And that's that we have at least two nodes in every aspect that's required to be able to deliver, physical hardware to our customers. And so we work really hard to be able to have that. And it makes it so that if there's any issue in one node of the supply chain, that we have a redundancy that we can go with. So that's been our focus and approach. And we try not to get too caught up in the various headlines and challenges that come with trying to be able to produce and deliver physical goods today.
That's a truly strategic approach to tackle all the manufacturing challenges. So moving ahead, pick two industries where robotics is winning and two where it is failing. And which metric should companies measure to assess the successful deployment of robotics?
My vote for robot year would probably be Waymo. The amount of scale that you're seeing for autonomous driving in the United States is remarkable. And the other area that we at Luxonis see the most is probably warehousing. So it's moving goods in and out of warehouses and, around warehouses. That's where we see robots probably reaching the most scale in the United States. And what we really advocate for is clear return on investment. The clients that we work with, they're not just trying to pilot things and explore things. They actually want to be able to deploy things at scale. And to do that, it requires, clear return on investment for the project. So I think that's the most important metric for being able to scale with these types of systems.
Yeah, assessing ROI is surely a key metric while, evaluating the effectiveness of any strategy. So next up, what does the future of computer vision hold? And give us two possibilities that can impact the industry remarkably.
Yeah, the future is so exciting. We really love that we have this opportunity to help create it, our small part in it. I think the biggest thing that we're seeing more of, that we're going to see increasingly a lot more of, is self-improving systems. And the legacy was that a system had to really be managed closely, and there was a really difficult process to be able to get it to improve. And in many cases, it was hard to make it not just get worse over time. And the future is going to be that these systems understand what their objective is, and then they're able to recursively improve over time, which gets really exciting. Then I think that the end result of that capability is really AGI for the physical world. And what I mean by that is that you have robotic systems that are going to be able to exceed humans at every possible physical task or project that's in the physical world.
Yeah, computer vision is going through major transformation, I must say, and the future holds significant possibilities. Technologies like AI entering the industry. So thank you, Bradley, for joining us today. The insights you have shared on computer vision and artificial intelligence are truly valuable for us and our viewers. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And that wraps today's conversation. Thank you everyone for tuning in to this episode of Extra Mile by KnowledgeNile. Stay tuned with us for more insightful discussions with industry leaders and experts.